After reading the articles and watching the videos, I would like to talk about some ideas. The first thing that I want to talk about is the definition of um, institutional racism. Based on the article, strong and pervasive evidence of racial inequalities, poverty outcomes, uh, the definition of racism is institutional racism occurs within and between institutions. Institutional racism is discriminatory treatment, unfair policies, and inequitable opportunities and impacts based on race, produced and perpetuated by institutions, school, mass media, etc. Individuals within institutions take on the power of the institution when they act in a way that advantage and disadvantage people based on race. This type of racism happen most of the time in the education system when the students are in their educational pathway. They find a lot of obstacles. Uh, educational racism is a common way of racism that students have to deal in their educational pathway. The most common example in the large difference in graduate rates and the lack of inequality educational opportunities that many Black and Latin and Latinx students have. The majority of Black and Latinx students attend on underfunded schools, which often lack up to the date textbooks or technology, have overcrowded classrooms, and do not offer music and art every week because of the lack of a space or teaching staff. Many Black and Latino and Latinx students have been constantly their private programs that enable their white peers to graduate with in high school and be admitted to the college in their choice. Educational racism 2018. These are three examples of educational racism and how people of color had to have less opportunities in education, and it is because of the racism that still exists in our schools. As we observe, the students who suffer more from educational racism is students of color, and it is because of their economic status or their ethnicity. Now, to find a solution of this kind of problems, it's necessary to take action inside our schools or inside our system. For example, the article ACLU explained that using K guidance principles for school to apply in all departments and students. For example, training all school staffs to apply school discipline policies and practices in a fair and equitable manner so as not to disproportionately impact the students of color, students of disability, or at-risk students. See ACLU 2018. Students had to apply different types of form of disciplines in order to protect all the students and not make difference between them. Research shows that African American students are punished more harshly and more frequently than the white students with the same offense. ACLU 2008. In order to have equality at school, a school have to treat equally. But the school system is the first step that has to take action and end this educational racism. And my question is how as a teacher we can be more aware about this type of racism and how can implement new tools so the students can be more aware of the situation